This is for you, Haplo. Better late than never, right? Corvo, Styx, and Garrett. I'm better.
During one of my recent wealth distribution activities, I overheard the Hammers saying that a certain Brother Teobaldo was leaving the next day on a secret mission. Apparently, he is headed to an inn called the Hillview Inn at the foot of a hill quite a distance from here. Hammers would not travel so far unless it was important. I have decided to follow this Brother Teobaldo and find out what he's up to. Not that I have anything better lined up anyway.
Can't turn my fan on, it literally blows the mic around. So, I said good code, and that was really vague, and I should have been a lot clearer, and I apologize. By good code, I mean code that is good according to practical metrics of your particular situation. So, you've seen what your problem is and what you need, and you write code that is good according to that, rather than code that you're just told is the right way to write code by some famous person, or you were just taught that, or you read it in some trendy book and you have no idea why. And also, I mean code that is sort of self-evidently... There's code that is self-evidently good or bad, again, according to common sense metrics. Like, a lot of the code you're told to write is the right way to write code is self-evidently horrible, and the only reason anyone writes it like that is because people are really convincing in persuasive speech, and so you end up with these code bases where you're trying to find the code that does stuff, and you can't find it. There's like 100 million files, and it's just objects as fronts for other objects, and constructors calling base constructors, calling other constructors, setting variables to class level, and then you have to track those, and you can't find any train of logic at all, and it's awful and slow but awful and hard to read. And I've been to websites where it's kind of defies belief what some of these people say and not seem to realize. I've literally been to sites where the author of the article there has spent like 5 paragraphs explaining a programming thing and why it's great, and he's pointing out all these amazing, great, elegant, simple, fast, great, beautiful things about it, and he's even literally telling you it's great. He's not just like implying it, he's even literally saying it. But then he goes, like, after all of that of saying it's great, he's like, oh, but guess what? The problem is it's not actually great because it's procedural. And then he just sits back folds his arms and like just expects you to go, oh yeah, it's not oop. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? If it's good code, and I hope you understand what I mean now, then it's good code. And you're basically saying, well, it looks like it's good code, it quacks like it's good code, but it isn't because it's not floopy. It's boopy. And I'm like, what does that have to do with anything, bro? Yeah, anyways. So, this guy has a personal number, and it's hard to get, except it isn't, so hey, whatever. But yes, and so that's kind of what I mean. And when I write code, like, I learned to program when I was a kid, like probably around 11 years old is when I first learned to program. And it was with QBasic, and then later I moved on to the far superior QuickBasic. Oh yeah. So, I mean, yeah, BASIC is like a super cheesy language, and those old languages are, yeah, you're not going to be writing world-beating stuff with them, but it taught me the basics of programming. So, when I started writing AutoVid, my video automator, which I still use to this day, in around 2011, I was using Visual Basic because Basic was the language I knew, and I knew how to program in a basic sense. So the code that I wrote was kind of good and kind of bad. Like, I didn't really know how to use the language features, so there's a lot of really stupid stuff in there because I just didn't know how to do it right. But so you could say it was really bad and amateurish code, and that would be true. Yeah, I see you up there, Light, that can sometimes clang your blackjack. But I also, because I was self-taught and I didn't have anyone filling my head with silly garbage, I had a lot of common sense about programming, and a lot of the ways that I did things on a more conceptual level was really good and simple and just not like all overwrought and weird like you get these days. And so that part was good. And when I started to learn more and just like really look stuff up and learn how to do it better, now it may look like there's you know, something suspicious going on here, but don't you worry, it doesn't exist. You could look all day for a switch in here, you won't find one. At least as far as I'm remembering, there's no switch in here, it's somewhere else. But hey, whatever. It's not even good enough for a sign. The library is. And if you're gonna have a tiny switch, I guess make it be a light instead of a secret. So, some silly sort of the dawn of the mental age. The mental. Now I don't know if this is a reference to that specifically, but there is a piece of fan fiction called The Mental Age, not completed, but it's funny. Yes. So, as I started to learn and look up programming, and inevitably I ended up on Stack Overflow. So I don't know what this is a reference to. All of these have been Dark Engine references, but this... Wait, 3... Oh, I get it. Garrett has 2 eyes, then 3 because he has the eye, then 1 because the eye and one of his own again were taken out, and then 2 because he has the false eye. Oh, hey, man, I got that. Awesome, yes. So as I started to learn, because I wanted to do things right. I have that flaw where I want to do something right, and oftentimes there really isn't a right way, or like, rightness is a lot more complex. But I want to be correct and do the best I can. So I looked it up, and I was totally unaware that there was so much fundamentalism in programming, so much dogma. I didn't know that. So when I looked up what you should do, I just kind of took people's word for it. And some of the AutoVid code, I mean, maybe not as much now because I tried to take it out, but some of the code in there is just terrible because I was trying to do what I was told is good, but it was awful, and I know better now. But, yeah, like, I tend to write in a very procedural style a lot of the time because code really is, like, that's the best way to do it. You don't try to be clever. You know, you want code that's easy to read where possible. That's not always possible. There's always trade-offs and balances because coding is really complex and difficult, and I find it really mentally stimulating. But yes, and so what was I saying? So yeah, I don't like... I mean, I use C#, which is quote-unquote object-oriented, and sometimes you just can't get away from it. I mean, you have to use classes no matter what. I mean, you can use static ones and sort of pretend it's not, but yeah. But I don't use inheritance on my own objects, ever. I used to, and even one level was unmanageable. The only time I inherit is when I have no choice, like when I need to make a custom control, I have to inherit from a regular one. But I don't inherit from my own, because that's just terrible. And so forth and on like that. And I don't use patterns that all they do is just add layers of abstraction that make things confusing. Now, I mean, layers of abstraction are good to a point. Like, obviously, you don't want to be coding and frickin' flipping switches in the front of your computer anymore or whatever. Or even in assembly most of the time, probably. But they can get too much. And I guess maybe it's because programming is so complicated and constantly not simple that maybe people just...
Did that shadow move?
Uh-oh. Maybe that's why things tend to be this way, because people just so want there to be a simple answer, because it's just so... It can get exasperating when there constantly isn't, I guess.
What's that?
But there just isn't, and it's a hard thing.
Would have sworn I saw something.
Ooh. So yeah, guess I should cut more sometimes. We're in room 429, where the world ain't so unkind. Yeah, what was I saying? So yes, so some of this advice that I hear is just ridiculous. Like, method should be a certain prescribed length and no more. I'm like, that doesn't... You can't just say method should be a certain number of lines. That never makes any sense. Like, they shouldn't be longer than your screen. Like, dude, a method should be as long as it needs to be and no more. And I think it's a decent general guideline. The principle of a method should do one thing, or a function if you want to call it that. But of course, that's only a guideline. Like, one thing, if you want to get dogmatic about it, it falls apart, because what is one thing? It can be, you know, loading a web page, or it can be setting a Boolean. I mean, you know. So that... It's such a niche video, oh my god. But I do think it's like a good general feel kind of guideline, as long as you don't take it too strictly. So AutoVid has one method that it takes a command line, or no, it takes like a console output line from FFmpeg, and it parses it and puts it into a bunch of fields. It's the one where the video encodes, and it's telling you the frame rate and the estimated time left and file size and all that stuff. And that's like one thing. And it takes 80 lines of VB code, and I know it's VB code. I don't write VB anymore, but I did, so whatever. 80 lines, I think that includes a few comments and blank lines, but that's just how long it takes. And I tried to make the lines shorter, but you can only do so much without making them incomprehensible and hard to read. So that is how long it takes, and I don't split them off into smaller methods for the sole reason of making them shorter, because they just would get called in sequence, so there's zero point in having them be separate. And I just like clear code, and if your code is not clear, there should be a darn good frickin' reason. Anyways, I do keep having a dream wherein a strange metal contraption doth chase me and shout, "Please be warned, a misguided soul. All should hear the words of Karis, the words of Karis." I should ask young Brother Karis about this when next I see him. Oh, I see. A prophetic dream, then. Dreams must be profound and prophetic and profictional. On the death of the ex-adventurer turned nobleman, Lord Borgundoforo, our order didst take control of his mansion, since he had no heirs, or indeed heirs. Whilst perusing the Lord's bookcase, Brother Rudecindo did find a mysterious note hidden behind a tome. Strange words were writ upon the paper. Hillview Inn, upstairs, last room on the left, inside the fireplace, Liber Tenebrarum. We thought naught of it at the start, but when Father Hermenegildo did set eyes upon it, his face turned white. Great fear could be seen in his eyes. According to him, Liber Tenebrarum refers to Book of Darkness, that which is pure evil. He ordered me to set out for Hillview Inn early the next day and fetch it from the fireplace. I do not look forward to this trip. It is a long way, and I am getting old. Why canst Brother Archibaldo go, or Brother Edelmiro, or even Brother Rigoberto? I understand not what the import might be. That cursed book has undoubtedly burned to ash by this time. Yeah. Yeah, So, yeah, like I say, his mission's pretty simple. You just steal a book. No big deal, right? Yeah, but it's by Haplo, so I don't know why Haplo made such a totally simple mission. It's just stealing a book in an inn. I can't even fathom, etc. Yeah, but names to the dudes and all that. Mr. Hutchinson, you're not my man, but, you know, you exist, so that's something. Congratulations. I really like this Thief Gold style colors popping vibrantly. What? Oh, this is Ramirez. I thought I killed you. Well, it's optional. If you're playing on normal, you can kill him, but hey, whatever. The key. What is the key? Ramirez key. Oh yeah, that's right. His room is downstairs. Because I played this mission. Because you see, Haplo... Back when this mission came out, when the contest was having missions come out, gambling machines, a thief's favorite. You just pick them and get money without having to actually gamble. So, yeah. When this mission came out, Haplo PM'd me and was like, hey, I came out of retirement to make this mission. Will you come out of retirement to play it? And I didn't even respond because I didn't want to have anything to do with playing missions. Oh. I apologize. I just don't want this to be like it was, where it feels like it's squishing me very, very small. And it just feels like I'm working so hard and it feels small, 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 like a smaller and smaller space closing in around me, and I don't know, whatever, hey. I'm sure it was Garrett who robbed my mansion clean 2 weeks ago. Quince and Jacques swear that they killed him inside Farkas's shop, but I have my doubts. I need to get to the bottom of this after I get back to the city. You know the word redoubtable, where it means like indeedable or something? It means like extremely, but it sounds like it means doubly doubtable. Like it sounds like you doubted someone, and then he convinced you to believe him, but then you realized he was full of crap, so now you're redoubting him. And all that. Also, erstwhile means like former or something, but it sounds like it means faithful or possibly wistful. Things sure are funny, hilarious, aren't they? Well, I better think of something else to say quick, or else I'm gonna start having to be funny again. Oh, yeah, the swimming pool. Okay, I'm not gonna go in here because reasons you'll find out later. Sell a key. Something like that. That dude. Oh, you don't care about me? Oh, yeah, check this out. I think... Oh, no. See, I thought I remembered when you come in here, he suddenly alerts to you or something. That's not the case, so...
I see you there. Come out. You're up.
Well, I mean, hey, we got spotted, so I guess that's some kind of a consolation prize. Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna wait for these dudes. Then... And... Yeah, I like talking about stuff unrelated to... You know, ditching the crap diet has sort of made me realize that I do have agency in my life, and that complaining about my neck and throat wasn't doing any good, and that I'm pretty sure now it's to do with, like, it's not caused by any vocal... I mean, using my voice affects it, but that's like just because it's coming from the other way. Like it's a musculoskeletal thing or whatever you want to call it. Oh, shoot. Basil. It's to do with me fucking my back and my neck by posing in a horrifically bad pose constantly for 10,000 trillion years. Oh yeah, this is the mission with this in it. Darkness would be nice. There was someone on the stairs, but you know. Sleep with the barracks. And you'd be blocking the stairs, but I guess not. So, because the thing is, and I don't know if I've ever said this on camera, but there's this thing. I think somebody comes in to turn it back on. Don't they? Maybe not. Maybe I was just worried about that. Yeah. Well, he's not turning it back on, but... Oh. So they eventually get through. See? They're smart. Smizart, if you want to sound stupid and weirdly 90s. Okay. But... I don't know if I've ever said this on camera, but there's this thing that really should have given me more hope than it did for some reason, where every once in a long while, not often, but once in a while, and I can never figure out exactly what it is that makes this glorious situation possible, but once in a while I'll be in some position, or maybe even just a normal one, and for reasons I don't know, I guess my neck is just in the right position or something, that the pain literally isn't there. Like it just, poof, it's gone. Literally don't even feel it. I talk and it doesn't feel like my muscles stretching and scraping anymore. Like nothing. It feels perfect like it used to before. And that state lasts for maybe 10, 15 seconds or something and then it comes back. But the fact that it could just go away makes me think it's definitely positional. Like, it's something I could probably fix by getting in better shape and like not sitting in a stupid pose. And I guess I've just been really indignant because I was told by some doctor at some point that, like, I love being on the computer, I love driving, and I love sitting back and relaxing. And I so love driving, and driving actually kind of hurts my back and neck a lot compared to other activities for some reason. Maybe I just don't have good seats in the cars I've driven. I don't know. But it's like, and I was like, I could not accept that something was wrong with me, that maybe I wouldn't be able to drive or do relaxing things without pain, because like I couldn't, it was too much to bear thinking about. I just couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't. And like, it's still so hard to take, even now, that that all I wanted was for it to just go back to how it was before, when I didn't have to worry, and then I could just, I felt like everything I wanted in my life had just been taken away. All possibility had just been taken away from me, that I was going to have to live a life where I worried about everything I did and every way that I positioned my body, and if I was driving I'd have to stop every 20 minutes and do exercise, and it's just like I couldn't bear it. So I didn't want to accept, I didn't want to take responsibility, because this is why I didn't go to the, what? 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 Wait a dang second. Do you have someone you want? Somebody going... See what I mean? This is why I don't dump dudes on the stairs. Oh my... Oh, the Burks are gonna get alerted if I... Oh, this is terrible. Somebody going by the door has a key. Or something. No! No. They don't have a key. It's just they let you knock them out. Whereas it's like hard to impossible to do it if you come from the other direction. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Yeah, whatever. No, I don't want to put them on the stairs, but it's like... Wait. I think there's a light switch somewhere in here. So yeah, but I realize now, look, nothing's gonna get better unless I do something. Me just sitting around wishing is not going to accomplish anything, and I've always... Some part of me has always known that, I guess, because it's like obvious, but... Obvious. It's obvious. But, you know... You don't want to admit things to yourself. Oh yes, those will be useful. Probably. Well, assumedly, I can't actually quite recall, but... Yeah. Hey, it's a realistic pool with water going in these holes, and they've even got, like, the dippy down holes there, and there's a vent there. Ah, but no. It's cool. Pump room. Also, I thought there was maybe a note out there, but it's probably not important. Okay, so now comes the task of dumping into here. So not into the water, because you probably can't kill anyone. Usually FMs go, don't kill anyone. Yeah. Well, staff or guests, I guess the guards, I don't know if they'd be considered staff. Staff are usually like pompous persons in robes, or pompous persons in dresses, to make the exact same reference as I just made. But yeah, so that's that. And I just, I find, at least my experience with doctors has not been a very positive one. I mean, I don't blame them, as, like, they're doing the best they... Oh, hey, you don't have a name. They're doing the best they can in a hard situation. I mean, they're all overworked, at least around here. And there's just no time for them to pay proper attention to you, even though they might want to. And also, our whole medical system is really just kind of predicated on depressing you. Like, it's... Because again, like what I was saying about the music and the rap, and about how I was bad, but because no one told me I was bad, I was motivated to get better, because I thought, like, it's the same thing with health, I feel, is that if you're constantly told about everything that's wrong with you, you really just get despondent and you don't want to bother. And I feel like if doctors' job was more about being encouraging and saying, like, and instead of saying, look at all this heavy stuff that you're going to have to do, and it's not a health system, it's a sickness system, really. Because it's just not a good way. And again, I think the idea is the same as I have, is you want to be truthful, you want to be honest, because we value that, I think, and I value that. But the awkward thing is that sometimes when you tell someone something medical that isn't even true or honest, because they believe it, they get better because now they have hope or whatever. So, danger! 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 Since we're repeating ourselves, if the pipes around the transformer start leaking again, do not step into the water. Turn the basement generator off and notify the manager immediately. So you can turn the generator off. Or you can turn the generator on. You can't see me, but I'm raising my eyebrow in a pretentious fashion. I like to leave these Burks, though, and not knock them out. Well, first of all, because they scream and the other one alerts. But secondly, because they're super cute. Oh, wait a minute. What? Guess that wasn't the generator. Oh, this is the generator. That was... Who the hell knows what. So you can turn the generator... Let's just turn this other thing. I don't even know what this thing does. Maybe it turns off the lights somewhere else. It's water pumps, and now everyone's got filthy water. Ah, but no. Maybe these Burks don't even alert. I don't know. So you could turn the generator on and die!
This doesn't look safe.
Oh, this doesn't look safe. And then you can go, No, actually that's not what you do at all. This is what you have to do, and I had it completely backwards. Wait. It's the wrong one. When you know what to do in a mission, sometimes you forget the steps in between and you jump the gun, you know? Yes, you go like this, because really what happens here is that you're trying to get down this elevator, because I think if you go over here, there's this gate, and the switch is all busted. It's a spooky cellar, but I'm sure there's nothing to it. I mean, the book's just in a room. What could possibly go wrong? So you need to go down this elevator, but you can't because there's no power. So what you do is you shoot a rope here, right? And then you turn this thing back on, and you just jump. Sissy! Did Washington jump the chute when he crossed the Delaware? Oh. And I think there's an alternate way, but I can't remember what it is. Honestly, I can't recall. So, see, it pays to check occasionally. And I think, though, see, I could swear there's a way to open that gate. Oh, yeah, there. Which is a little unintuitively placed. Oh, I need like a rod lever thing. Wait, do I have one? Oh. Ah. Well, now I can't remember where it is. Well, I thought I'd looked everywhere, but I guess not. Let's go back upstairs. Turn that freaking generator off again. Awesome. Wait. Oh, there's this whole place. Maybe I find it here. Honestly, don't remember, which is good, because if I remembered too much, then I would remember too much, and who wants that, rat? Am I right? Yeah, because, I don't know, rats, kind of cute, and you can use the word rats to mean drats, by which you mean damn, by which you mean shoot on a stick. Having a bumper sticker saying R-C-H-U-T-E because you go base jumping. Because when I was a kid, like, I don't know, 10, 11, 12, maybe, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. No. What? I am just forgetting things. Oh yeah, the generator's off. I don't know, I'll go back up here. I was super into the Hardy Boys. It's pretty cheesy stuff. But, you know me, when I like something, I really like something. Like, I'm no halfways about being obsessed with stuff, you know? MLP, biggest brony in the world. This week's menu, Burrick stuff. Burrick Bouillabaisse, the sequel to B-Boy Bouillabaisse, except it's a bunch of Burricks going, you know, whoa, and it's not nearly as good, to be perfectly honest. What? What did that do? Oh, it's a spit roast. Chicks on a spit. Okay, so I guess there's that room. I do not even remember the existence of this room, to be bluntly honest. Oh, that's because it doesn't. Ha! See? Memory, it's sharp. It's with it. Aye. So yeah, instead of... I thought about ghosting this mission, but I guess I didn't think hard enough, so... Yeah. So the first part of this mission, so far, is seeming a little bit, you know, simple and no frills, but, well, it's Haplo, so I'm sure some sort of ghost will start marching and traipsing at some point. Wait a minute, did I? Oh yeah, it was the pool. Swimming pool. So there's maybe not entirely nothing out here. Where is that rod though? There's like a hotel guest register thing that I forgot to read. But like, these are never secrets except once in the original missions. Anyways, if you climb up here... Or can you? Oh, can you? Thought you could. No? You know, I could swear I managed to get up here, but... Used to be you could hear frog beasts over there, which was like a funny thing, but... hey... Spoiler alert, maybe. This mission is froggy time. Well, I guess I'm running out of stuff, so I don't know why the freaking lever for a thing would be here, so that probably means it isn't really. I mean, be fair. Now, room 201, Mr. Dibbler. I told him the cheapest room cost 50 per night. He offered to pay 30 and said he was cutting his own throat. I told him I had no idea what the hell he was talking about and charged him 50. Yeah, that's a reference to Discworld. Now, I've never read any of the Discworld books, although they've been recommended to me, but I'm obstinate like that. I'm like, I'm gonna read a book, man. But I do know this reference because I can't remember how, but yes, cut me on the throat, Dibbler. Funny name, whatevs. Garrett seems like a shady character, but he paid in full. Oh, I'm mad at you. Lord Pablo van Rembrandt. Oh, yes, this guy... Not sure whether to laugh or not laugh. He said he has come back to work on his technique in the tranquility of the mountains. He's taken half of the paintings from my walls so he could recreate them. I think he should just accept that he has no talent and move on. You need more than an expensive brush set to become a good painter. He hasn't left his room in the past 2 days and doesn't answer when I knock on his door. I might need to sneak in there from the closet next door and check up on him. Why did I have to install such strong locks on the special suites? Master Ramirez. As usual, he is on his way home from his hunting trip. I gave him his special room. Having him as a frequent customer is certainly very good for business. However, after he was robbed 2 weeks ago, he has become very paranoid and takes his guards with him wherever he goes. The sound of their incessant patrolling drives everyone crazy. I don't know why he is so paranoid. I even put his bag of diamonds in the safe in the wine cellar and gave him the only key. And every time he brings Benny with him, I have to hide the lever that opens the cellar door. I've certainly learned my lesson. Oh, well, what do you know? A clue, at least. Room for 101, whatever. Hey, that's a cover, but I know the strapping young lad version. City, good album. Brother Teobaldo, a hammer from the city, seemed very uneasy and was constantly muttering under his breath about something Libras or other. He wanted the room upstairs, but it was taken. I promised to move him after Dibbler checks out tomorrow. He gives me the creeps. I hope he'll leave soon. These Hammerites are nothing but trouble. The last one who stayed here left all his junk in one of the pool lockers. Mr. Hutchinson, staying for 2 days as usual. If he tries to sell me spoons one more time, I swear to God I will kick him out. God doesn't exist. It's the builder, or to a lesser extent, the trickster. Please believe in the correct gods, Mr. Hutchinson. Yeah, So, I just don't remember. I don't remember. Okay. Expensive brush set. Ramirez is too rich, stealing his diamonds. Yes. Well, I should be stopping the video short, I guess, right about now. So the innkeeper probably has a room of his own. So, okay, so this is the room with the guy in it that I have to get in. This is my room. And so I just want to remember, but I'm probably not going to be able to. So, maybe I'm double fooling myself. Maybe there really is a switch in this room. See, I thought I remembered that it was up here in the... Oh, it is! Oh my God, you guys. You've been yelling at me this... So, yeah, this is funny, right? But this is just tragic. So I don't know what to think. I mean, it's hilarious. And I think, yeah, these must be stock. They must be from that Thief Gold joke mission. So yeah. I guess this is the expensive brush set or something. Although, these missions have to be stock resources within a few slight flexibilities. So, there's no such thing as an expensive brush set model. Or any brush set model in Thief Gold, is there? Goodbye, cruel world. I mean, that's... It's just like... I mean, you feel bad for him, even though... Oh, right, because it's in a box. I mean, it's just so weird, because this is funny, right? Because he's so bad that he painted it, but then he's so bad that he killed himself. I mean, I don't know what to feel, like I say. But, hey... So, that's that, and I guess I'll try to find the rod later, and, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do about these videos, because, like, if I run out of things that I want to say ulterior, like that coding thing or whatever, I don't know if I want to do... I don't know, I feel like I just can't go back. I don't know how I want to do this. Maybe I just do it occasionally. I really just don't know. But... for now, here's a video. Bye!